Hello, my name is Savannah Clary, and today I'm going to persuade you as to why it is of the utmost importance to get plenty of time outside, both during a quarantine and not during a quarantine. Picture this. You've been stuck in your house for close to a month, if not a little bit more. You have been breathing the same air, eating the same foods, and getting stuck in a rut of a routine that is driving you crazy. With little outlet for physical or mental stimulation, life is beginning to blend into one never-ending blur. I'm going to read this excerpt I wrote for a better picture. It's been weeks of nothing but staying indoors. 3 weeks of breathing the same air, eating the same canned foods, and looking out the same small window. Whatever light does creep in is dismal, and you can see dust floating in the rays of light that come through the curtain. Life can become extremely claustrophobic very quickly if all one does is live out this quarantine by staying in one small space. The world is struggling, but you don't have to. Natural light is a necessity. It is a necessity for every living thing, be it a plant, an organism, a fungi, whatever it is. Sunlight is a necessity. It's been proven in multiple studies that in children, nature can increase motor skill development and brain activity. One study said that the increased level of physical activity in 4 to 6-year-olds was measured when exposed to different things that they hadn't seen before, like on a nature trail, different trees and shrubs and grasses. It creates their curiosity and they want to go play with it and explore. This also stimulates the mind. This boosts brain activity, thus increasing problem solving and creative thinking. This helps them in the long run when further exploring and developing their mind in kindergarten and so on and so forth. Sunlight fights mental illness. One study at a geriatric hospital said that less stress was noted when they let their patients spend an hour either outside in their garden or inside. They did this with every one of their patients, and at the end of the study, they randomly selected a few patients from each group and did a test to see the levels of stress. The group that was outside in the garden for an hour every day had much, much less stress than those that were inside. This is because when people are surrounded by green elements, brain cognition increases. This means you're not sitting there bored, you're not sitting there counting the minutes, you're stimulated and you're happy and you have something to increase that brain activity rather than sitting in the same spot day after day after day. What about the future? This is very serious to think about because right now we are in quarantine and it's coming to the end, it's about to lift. Scientists right now are saying that there could be a second wave, and if there is, what if there's a second quarantine? What if it's longer? We need to be thinking about ways that we can adapt the struggles we're going through now with this quarantine for a potential next one. How will we be able to be happy and stimulated during quarantine if it were to happen again? Being inside is fine for a night off of work, for relaxing for a day after a long week. Not for weeks on end. Getting outside is imperative. Once again, very imperative. Another study said that running has become a treatment for depression. This quarantine has raised the numbers for mental illnesses such as anxiety and depression astronomically. Running, biking, swimming, all exercise fights depression. It releases serotonin in the brain, which increases happiness and levels of contentment. And because of that, you feel better. Rachel and Stephen Kaplan have a theory of recovery from directed attention fatigue in nature and Roger Victor's theory of aesthetic and effective responses to natural environments and stress recovery. This means that their theories, their studies, specifically tackle these questions. They look at what's going to help people feel better. Why is nature better than indoors? And they find that being outside severely reduces stress. Another study has said that the impact of light and color on mood is extreme. And this is a new development because we were not totally aware of the effect of light and color on mood before this study. What happened in this experiment was workers were exposed to different amounts of light and their levels of stress were measured. Workers' lowest mood was when the space was too dark. Workers' highest mood was when the light was just right. But when it was becoming too bright again, the moods of the workers would decline again. Being inside surrounded by artificial light can severely impact the light that you're receiving and can drastically drop your mood and create these mental illnesses that are popping up from this prolonged quarantine. Help yourself. Go bird watching, go biking, go walking, sit on a towel and enjoy feeling the breeze on your face in the warm sun. It's beautiful out. Enjoy it while you can. Now and after quarantine, and if there's another one. Take advantage of nature. Enjoy it. Here's my works cited. Thank you so much for listening.